Hey Springfield, this is Dominique with Springfield After Hours, and you're watching the After Hours show, and we are here at Lindbergh's Tavern, the oldest tavern in town on the corner of Campbell and Commercial. They're here all the time, and I forget. Yeah, words are hard, but I'm joined with my hosts, Lena, and our very new one, Colleen.
It's our first show!
Yay! So, as you can see, this is a lot different than we normally do. We're doing it all through Skype because our musical guest, the Schwag, all the way out from St. Louis. You got them live on there? I think so. Okay, I'm checking with our editors over there. But we're going to get back to them here in just a second. But let's talk about what we did last weekend. So on Friday, we were actually here at Lindbergh's to see last weekend's guest for the after show, which was the Matt Ruggs, and that was a lot of fun. I mean, they had some really good songs and very punk kind of sounding. But on Saturday, we went to Carrie's Bar, and that was a great time because it was Wicked Shimmy and Erin, the front woman. Oh my God, I love that woman. It was her birthday, so we were celebrating her birthday, and I think there was two other birthdays. There was a bartender, and then somebody other. But it was crazy fun.
Yeah,
you went
tons
with
of
me.
Fun. Yes, and Erin is amazing.
We love Erin.
Like the best.
Yeah, and Wicked Shimmy is one of our band partners. Failed to mention that, but we love them so much. So we're going to get to conversation starters at the bar, and the Schwag is going to be answering them as well. So let me bring them up.
Can I hear everything okay?
Can you hear everything okay, guys?
Oh, yeah, we can hear everything great. Can you hear us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this is so cool.
Great.
We're doing Skype. Okay, we're in St. Louis right now.
Yeah, all the way from St. Louis. That is crazy. Oh, let me introduce them. Not all the members are here tonight, but Jimmy and Mike and Dave are here. So Nick was the one that was not able to make it tonight, but that's okay. So, conversation starters at the bar. What advice has someone given you that you still follow regularly?
Oh, Derek is watching.
Boy, I always like the one about it's better to be early than to be late, you know. So I was driving earlier, but that's not so funny. I don't know.
I don't know. What came to my mind was drink plenty of water.
That's some good advice.
Yeah, stay hydrated. I like that. And get plenty of rest. It's good.
Yeah.
Dave's good at that.
Dave sleeps about 16 hours a day. He's kind of more nocturnal. We wake him up when it's time to play music.
Oh my God! If only 16 hours, that'd be great.
What about you guys?
Oh goodness. Listen to respond, not to react.
That's a good one.
So mine is actually from one of my friends, dearly departed. But he told me back when we were doing a road trip to like a pool tournament one day, like many years ago, that whenever I'm going around a curve, I need to speed up so my tires will grip the road. And every time I'm going around a curve on the road and I'm going really fast, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to go faster. So I don't slide off the road. That's what he said. You don't flip. You don't.
That's
like, that
true.
Kind of stuff. So I'm like, all right, every time.
So my dad always told me to take a day at a time, and that's something that I live by every day. I mean, of my life is I try not to have things worry me too much because day at a time. Life is too short.
Don't worry. Be happy. Okay.
All right, Bob Marley, calm down.
Let's see. Second question. What's your favorite part of being where you are at the time of your life? At this time of your life?
Gosh, I think, man, I'm just so happy that I'm still playing music as much as I am. You know, for doing as long as I have. You know, because a lot of people give up in the music industry after 5 or 10 years. You know, I'm coming up on 30 just with this band. So I'm glad that you're playing music.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the same boat. You know, I'm just really happy to be playing music and living another day.
Yeah.
Everything pretty well. Dave?
Gosh, yeah, I just turned 40 like last month. So,
Happy belated birthday.
Yes.
I'm still processing. How do I put my favorite part about this stage in my life right now? I'm still accepting the fact that I'm 40.
Oh my gosh.
Love the answers.
Well, you
guys.
What would be my favorite part about that? I don't know. I'm trying to think. Well, okay, so I have to say that, like, my favorite part about where I'm at right now in my life is the fact that I'm here. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm on Springfield After Hours, guys. Hi.
Yeah.
My first time, so it's great. I'm pretty happy about that. It's my favorite part right now. So until tomorrow, and it'll be something different.
One day at a time.
That's
what
right.
did we just learn?
Yeah.
I would say probably that I don't apologize for who I am. I'm very blunt, and it's like, if you don't like that, well, I don't need you in my life, and I stop getting hurt about people that leave.
Yeah, you sound just like me. That would be my answer. Because, yeah, life's too short.
Yeah.
Life's too short. Back to that.
Yeah.
I would have given you guys high fives too, but
Yeah,
you know.
high fives. Okay, so last question for this.
Yes! Yes! I love it.
What did you think you were going to be when you were in high school? What did you think growing up, when you're an adult, you would be what? When you were in high school, what did you feel like you would be?
I was hoping that I would end up being happy, and be so I think I'm both right now. So I don't know if that's a measure of success anyway, because I never wanted to shoot too high either. Okay.
Don't get disappointed that way, you know.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right?
like I want to be a rock star and own a jet, you know, and it's just, hey, I've got some gigs and I'm happy. It's all good. So,
Dude,
you know,
what is it? 3,000 of them? Is that right?
Oh, man.
Is that right, guys? 3,000 of them,
Three.
actually, to be exact, according to the
what do we-
bio.
3,000 what, though?
He said you wanted to have a few
Shows.
gigs, and I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, 3,000 of them to be exact.
That's fine. Kidding.
Yeah, it says
Or
over. You guys have
concerts.
performed over 3,000 concerts. So, yeah.
Oh, we have
It's just a
played
little
over
amazing, right? You know.
2,000 shows, yeah. Earlier in our career, we were getting over 200 shows a year, and now we're getting more like 130 to 150 a year. But yeah, we love playing. We're self-confessed jamaholics, so it's when we play a gig, it's like our therapy session. You know, it's
Heck
like
yeah.
it's our group meeting. You know, it's our support group.
Oh, I wanted to add to everybody out there that you guys can comment, and we will see it because our editors over there will let us know what
Any questions
yeah,
you
any
got,
questions
any
you got, and
comments?
stuff like that. But yeah, let's just get to the interview part. So you guys are playing this Friday at the Outland Ballroom.
Have they said their names yet?
Yeah, the Schwag. Yeah,
No, like the individual members. Who
Yeah.
they are.
yeah, we
Sorry.
did.
Producer guy. Just
Yeah,
because I was busy
yeah, you
doing
did.
stuff.
My editor just needs to just shut your
Don't
hole.
worry,
Shut your
be
fucking
happy.
mouth.
Guess which
I'm
part,
nice. I
guess which part
can't.
of the show is not going to be on the YouTube video.
I'm sorry, guys. Okay, anyways, at the Outland Ballroom this Friday, doors are at 8, and it's you guys. And how many times have you played down here so
Well,
far?
you know,
Through the years.
Man, we first started playing gigs in 1991, and I know Springfield was one of the first cities we started going to outside of St. Louis. The first few years were just in the city limits, but then we started getting out to Columbia, Missouri, Springfield, Kansas City, Carbondale, and I think it was probably around 1994, 95. It was before Jerry Garcia died.
Yeah.
And man, some of the clubs we played down there aren't even down there anymore.
Did Jerry Garcia ever see you?
No, I mean, shoot, we just got started towards the end of his career. He died in 1995, and I first saw the Dead in 1989 at Alpine Valley in Wisconsin, and at the time I was in a heavy metal band.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, we were playing Judas Priest and Iron.
Oh my God!
For real.
That's awesome.
You're literally like me, because I'm a metalhead and a hippie, so
Yeah.
like that's perfect. I'm all about this. I'm all about you guys now.
So saw Gary Garcia, Jerry
Osbourne
Garcia, and it
concert,
changed his life.
Yeah.
Seeing Jerry Garcia like totally changed your life. In
And
other
Gary
words,
Garcia.
Right?
And Jerry Garcia by Ben and Jerry's.
But I think we love it. We're fans. But no, Jerry never came and saw us. But I seen Jerry 77 times live, and then the Jerry Garcia band was a side project. I saw that group a few times, and then Jerry died in 1995, and then later in 2009, well, when Jerry died, the Grateful Dead kept going, and so did the Jerry Garcia band, which is strange. But ultimately, I got hired by the Jerry Garcia band for 4 years, so I was playing with the Schwag full time and playing with the Jerry Garcia band full time, juggling 2 bands, and then.
Oh no!
Oh no! It paused.
You're frozen.
You're frozen. Oh, we lost them. We're gonna get right back to them.
Yeah.
Oh, there they
are.
are.
Oh,
Wait, hold up.
Are we here?
Yes.
We-
Okay, you're back. You're back. Okay.
I think it's so cool we're doing the Skype thing. I don't think we've ever done a Skype interview.
Neither have we.
No,
This is a great experience for sure.
Technology at its
Oh,
Speaking
yeah.
of cherries, I guess.
So it says that you
Speaking of
average
cherries.
150 shows a year.
We do. We it's our full time job. This is we love it. Like this weekend, we're playing Springfield, then we're playing New Haven on Saturday. Last weekend we did Kansas City, Alton, Illinois, and we've got more gigs coming up in Arkansas. Last year we ended up playing like New York once. We're one of the headliners at the New York State Harvest Festival. And Harvest is in Marijuana Harvest. We played a festival that was at a cannabis farm.
Oh,
That's
nice.
amazing.
That is so cool.
We got to help pick the marijuana plants.
That would be one of my favorite concerts to go to.
Right?
I got to play it.
So what
You
you're
get to talk about
saying
to the
is if
audience
you play
and
there
all.
again,
Yes.
we all get invited.
We should just all go.
We're just there.
We should maybe make this
Yeah.
an annual thing.
No, but so Springfield, we started playing Springfield back in the early '90s, and we did play the Outland Ballroom when it was first, like, they were first starting to do shows there again, and really at that time we were playing at, I think, the Juke Joint was the name of the
I
club.
remember that place. Yes.
Right, man. I think it's like 3 different businesses now. It's like a coffee shop and a bookshop or something.
Yeah.
But man, it used to be this big club right there on the square. But then, of course, we did a long run at the Regency and Pat and Alley Pub, and then even out at Crave for a little bit. I think that's where we ran into you guys for the first time. Was last
I Crave. Yep.
we interviewed you out there.
Last
But-
year, yeah.
Yeah, but so, and before we played upstairs in the ballroom, they were only running bands downstairs. And I remember one time we did a gig there, and actually the police came in at the end. It's like, oh.
Wow.
But anyway, we haven't played the actual ballroom in probably 10 years, so this will be neat. Now, we played Springfield, last year a couple times or whatever, and it's going to be good to get back. We're going to do a long 3-hour show. There's going to be 2 big sets, so there's no opening act. The show starts early and it goes late. The second set could go as long as 2 hours. We vibe off the crowd. And this time we won't play too late, so the cops won't have to come in and raid.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know.
You need to party
Okay.
until the cops show.
We haven't gone live from a cop-rated party yet.
No.
I'm just saying.
So I remember going to Swagstock at Camp Zoe years ago.
Wow, you were there.
Yeah, I was there a few times actually.
Most people who went to Schwagstock, they don't remember most of it,
Yeah.
myself included.
What a great time. That's so cool you were there. Camp Zoe, Salem, Missouri, I owned 330 acres there for 8 years, and we were doing like 5 Schwag events a season. 3 of them were Schwag stocks, and we do a Halloween event, a spring event. And we were averaging 5,000 people every 6 weeks out there through the summer, and it was just blowing my mind. And it kept getting bigger and bigger. And you know, the fact that we're still doing it. And, you know, this summer we're doing Schwag stock again, and we're up to Schwag stock 49.
Oh,
You know,
my God.
49 of those. Yeah, and we've been doing that event for over 20 years. But that's so cool you caught it at Camp Zoe, because that was the pinnacle and the peak. You know, it's still going strong, and it's still a super cool event. But, man, it back then, you know, 330 acres customized just for the big party for the weekend.
It was so much fun. I remember lots of great memories. Lots of great memories that I will not share
today.
No, not today. But it was so much fun. I loved it so much.
Yeah, it was my backyard, too. I lived on the property.
That's crazy.
And there was the saying of what happens at Schwagstock stays at Schwagstock, but I lived at Schwagstock, so it didn't work in my favor a few times.
I don't even know how to deal with that.
Okay, so I have 2 questions, but I'll do one, and then I'll let Colleen take over for a second. So, we were talking about y'all's name earlier, and we just want to know if it's true, if we think that your name comes from what we think it comes from.
Okay, this will be fun.
So, does Schwag mean what we think it does? Is that why you chose it?
Did you tell them what you think it is?
I want to see if they figure it out, and then I'll.
So you want them
Okay.
to...
Yeah, explain your name, and let's see if we're right. That's,
Okay.
little Jeopardy moment.
Okay.
What is?
It's a German word that means humility, and it's pronounced Schwag, really.
Oh, so we were like really wrong. We were way off.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
Hey, I just made that up. I don't that's a good idea.
Had me going.
I would believe it though.
Yes, exactly.
German's weird.
No. It's really Schwag. When we first started doing it, at the time in the late '80s, early '90s, a lot of the most popular marijuana to be smoked at the time was called Schwag, and it was this brickweed from Mexico, and a pound of it was like this, you know, and we'd get it for like $800, and everyone would get an ounce or whatever. And it was trash compacted, there was seeds in it, and this was before really kind bud hit the scene. So the Schwag, to us, was a grade of marijuana, and at the time we started playing this gig, this kind bud, this hydroponic stuff came on the scene. And to us, the analogy was the Grateful Dead are this kind bud, and we're like the Schwag. It's like,
I love that.
I like that.
know,
Yes.
that it's bad. It's just like, hey, the good stuff is kind of expensive and hard to get, but this other stuff's readily available and will do the job. And it's cheaper.
That's great.
So,
Love it.
how often did the Grateful Dead come through St. Louis? Maybe once a year, where you could catch the Schwag. We were playing every Tuesday night in St. Louis, you know, and it was $5, you know.
Oh my God.
So we were the
Versus,
Schwag.
like, oh my gosh,
That's awesome.
What would it even been for a Grateful Dead concert
Yeah, back then.
I don't even know. Like,
How much
gosh.
were tickets going back then for Grateful Dead?
$25. Now they're like 150 or whatever it went
yeah.
on.
God.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Yes.
Go
Well,
for it,
I mean,
Darling.
you know, going off of the fact that, like, you know, we got the Grateful Dead way up here, and they're just amazing. I was actually kind of curious about what inspired you guys to want to do their tribute band. Like, what was each of you, like, what was each of your, like, moment where you were just like, wow, yeah, these guys.
I think it was when I saw him in 1989 at that Alpine Valley show, because I'd been to heavy metal concerts, I'd been in mosh pits, but to see like 30,000 people all, you know, just getting so into the music, and the music being a little bit different. And at that show I went to, they did 3 nights, you know, and I had tickets for all 3 nights, and it was 3 completely different shows, no song repeats, 3 hours a night. And it blew my mind. I bought a concert shirt at that show, and it had the tour dates on the back, and I saw that they were going to be playing Sacramento, California the next weekend. And I got some friends together, and we jumped in a car.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
We got that show, too. All 3 of them. But I don't know. I was just like, I started learning the songs, and then we started doing gigs with this music, and more people were coming to that than when we were playing Judas Priest and Iron Maiden, and more people were smiling when we played the Grateful Dead stuff. So it just kind of, I don't know. It wasn't really planned that way, because at the time I was in an all-original group, I was in a jazz quartet, and we were doing this for fun group, the Schwag, which at the time we didn't even rehearse that much, which kind of exemplified the whole Schwag thing. It's like, hey,
Absolutely.
You get what you get. Sorry.
Our first review in the paper was like, hey, these guys like noodle around on jams and meander from one song to the other. And we thought we were going to get, not many people come to see us because of the review. Instead, there was more people the next week wanted to see the noodle jams and how we start one song and end up in another. But here it is years later, and we end up making a career out of it. And then the whole Schwag stuff thing blew my mind that, that was so popular. So if it ain't broke, you don't fix it, and you just run with it. It's kind of how I ended up, doing it. I don't know. Is that anything different for you guys?
Well, yeah. I guess I got into it because, as a...
Oh no!
Oh no, it's froze again!
Baby, come back!
somehow...
Next!
Oh, there we go.
Okay, wait. Yes.
We're back up.
Yeah, we're back.
We do.
Somehow.
We promise we want to hear your answer.
Welcome to the
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're back.
So I got into the music just by, I was on break from school, and my brother was like, hey, dude, we're going on a camping trip. There's going to be music. It's going to be cool. So I was like, yeah, let's go. And sure enough, he took me to Camp Zoe to Schwagstock, and, I kind of got my mind blown there. I was like 18 or whatever, and, we were both musicians, so we set out to, play music just like that. And here, 10, 12 years later, I'm actually just playing in the band. It's pretty weird, but
It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm the only original member still in the group. Although Dave here, he's been in the group how many years now? 9 years.
9 years.
9 years back there.
yes, the wizened drummer.
Yeah. We're established 1991, and we're just glad to still be playing music and still happy people are coming out to see us. And I think the band has sounded better than we ever have, and we're playing more songs than we've ever had. And we're always trying to keep it fresh, and doing different things with the songs. That way it keeps it interesting for our audience. We've got people that have been seeing us for years, and it needs to keep it interesting for them and us as well. Because a lot of bands play the same show every night, which is great, and there's a real challenge in that. But if we could do that and a little bit more, so we have a lot of fun. A lot of times we don't even make up the set list when we go on stage. We have a couple hundred songs to choose from. We vibe off the crowd and see if we can
23 minutes. Video is 7 minutes long.
Okay. So, really fast. I think we only have a few moments left. Is that right?
Yeah, we're going to show the video and then be able to say bye.
Yeah, because we want to show your video of you guys playing towards the end. So I did want to ask one more question that I usually ask our local bands, but you've been down here many times, so and you know our nightlife community. So something that I ask all the other bands is, what is one thing the nightlife community can do as a whole to help increase attention to Springfield?
Oh, wow. Well, it's Springfield. It's always, I've been playing there for years, so there's always a good music scene there. And then just bands coming into Springfield from other cities, people, if they can come out and support that and spread the word, and then exporting music as well. Bands from Springfield getting up to St. Louis, Kansas City, Columbia, spreading the word of the music of Springfield. Like we're doing that Schwagstock coming up in July, and I'm trying to book a band from Columbia, one from Springfield, one from so I haven't booked one from Springfield yet, so if you got a suggestion.
Oh, I
There you
definitely
go.
do. I will send them your way.
But where I'm going with this is networking.
Yeah.
You know, like what we're doing tonight. We're talking about. We're spreading the word, and you know, music is not a need; it's a want. So it's to get, you know, everyone needs to eat and shelter, but music, you got to really want it, and you got to get the word out on it. It's so hard. It's so hard what we're doing. I don't know. You guys got any ideas?
That was pretty well put.
Yeah, we think what you guys are doing Springfield After Hours is really amazing. I've been following you guys on Facebook ever since we met you at Crave, when we did that interview.
Thanks.
So it's fantastic. And, you know, these different cities we play, there's usually an Arts and Entertainment Weekly type newspaper, and then there's some local radio shows. But I'm seeing a few more podcasts and a few things like this popping up, and I think it's great. So when you guys asked us to jump on board, we were honored and got our cameras out, set up the lights.
Yay. We really, really appreciate it. I mean, this is our first time doing this. But again, Springfield, the Schwag will be playing Friday at the Outland Ballroom. Doors are at 8 o'clock. And what's your cover for the door? I did not...
I think it's around $10.
$10. See, it's not that bad at all.
You can ask them to stick around after the video.
Yeah, stick around, guys that are watching right now. Stick around because we're going to be playing
Let's
some
tell the band to
clips.
stick around afterwards too. 'Cause
Oh
we'll come
yeah,
back.
yeah. Bands stick around too. But we're going to be playing their music, and so you could have a little taste of what they're going to be playing, how their shows usually go. And on Friday, we're also going to meet with them early to have another go live in person this time. Yeah. So super excited for you guys coming down here. And thank you so much for being on the show.
We appreciate the support. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so everybody else, we're out.
We're not out yet.
We're not out.
Do
they want to say what they're playing here, what this video is about?
Sure.
We don't have to end the stream. We're just going to go right to the video and then we'll come back.
We're coming back?
Yes.
God, communication, guys. I'm so sorry. Go
live.
So, hold on.
Do they want to introduce their own video?
You want to introduce your own video of what this is all about?
Yeah, I believe this video I sent in is us at the Castle Theater on New Year's Eve. Not this past one, but the one before that. We did the Castle Theater, and that was in Bloomington, Illinois. It's a beautiful theater, and we had a great video shoot that night. And I thought this one would be great for your show, so we appreciate it.
Okay, so hold on.
It's like when David Letterman plays a clip. We're going to play the clip, and we'll be right back.
Go ahead.
poor man make a $5 bill. Keep him happy all the time. Some of the fellas making nothing at all. You can hear him. Can I go, buddy? Can I go now? Take your sip, that's mine. Gotta get down to the government mine. Gotta get down to the government mine. I'm swimming in summertime. Make good money by Thursday. Made more my move away. Oh yeah. Like a poor man got those coming here with losing. Like a poor man got to walk the line just to pay his union dues. I don't know now, I just don't know if I'm going back again. I don't know now, I just don't know if I'm going back again. I don't know now, I just don't know if I'm going back again.
Okay, so we're back, and you got to watch a clip of them playing on New Year's Eve. But that was great. I cannot wait to see you guys live here on Friday at Outland Ballroom. Doors are at 8 o'clock, and we're going to be there. And we're
We're
going to,
stoked.
yeah, we're going to do a interview. Like, we'll just get together in person. We have not decided on the restaurant yet, so keep tuned on where we're going to be. But we'll be with all of them then on Friday.
Got to be the whole band and the
Yeah.
crew, and we're bringing in a big show too. We're bringing a big light show. We're going to really blow it up at the Outland Ballroom this Friday. We hope people come out and join us, and we really appreciate you guys having us on the show.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I'm so excited for this weekend.
Everybody wear your tie-dye.
Yeah! Okay, so
Yes.
we're out for
Here
tonight.
unite.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you.
And just sign off. Just say
Okay,
thank you
so
for tuning in.
thank you for tuning in, everybody. This was our first experience doing this Skype interview thing, but it was great. It was fun. Love new experiences.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love
But the
it.
band can't come to us.
Mwah!
The band can't come to us. You know, this is the best way.
Yeah, this is really cool. I'm not gonna
I
lie.
love it. So,
Be
okay.
here, buddy.
That's right. I love it. Love it. Okay. See you, Springfield.
Have a good night, guys.
Bye.